Hi Pisces, Pisces placements. Welcome to Pisces Tarot and Advice and welcome to your daily reading. Let's see what's going on for you. At the time you find this video, what that day could be about for you. But do keep in mind this could be past, present, future energy. Flip the roles if you feel you need to. Just take the messages as they resonate for you if you feel that they do. And check out any other video on the channel that stands out for you. You could have messages there. And you'll find in the description box below information on the current special that I'm running on private readings, as well as any other video that I think you might benefit from, really. So check that out as well. All right, Pisces, let's see. Okay, so we have criticism that wants to be seen. I'll put it back and see if it comes back out. But this is very much attention to detail. Could be very important today, okay? Especially if you have to deal with any sort of data, any sort of information, filling things out, signing things, working with, if you have to do like reports, you know, that sort of thing. But attention to detail comes up. Okay. You could also be dealing with a Virgo, or you could have Virgo in your chart. And we have extremism. So extremism with attention to detail could, if you put them together, is a caution against perfectionism. Okay, something doesn't have to be perfect for you to get started with it, or for you to talk about it or present it to people. Try not to be overly critical, especially of yourself at this time as well. So we have impulsiveness at the bottom of the deck. This is the number 1. This is the Sun in Aries. It's not the Sun, it's Mars in Aries. So a lot of fire energy. Something new starting for you today. Okay, let's see. We have quarrel. More Mars energy. And assertion. Aries energy. Here's the Sun in Aries, number 1. So we have assertion, impulsiveness, and quarrel. 2 number 1s and a number 4. So you might be butting heads with people at this time. You might be experiencing some sort of clash of the Titans here. A Sagittarius and an Aries energy could be specifically involved, or a Cancer and an Aries could be specifically involved here. I just feel like you're going to have to stand your ground with something, or you're going to have to take initiative with something. If it's a quarrel over how to proceed in a situation, you might just have to take initiative and just make an executive decision and to just get going with the process. For some of you, I feel like someone could be questioning a decision that you are making. With the 2 number 1s here, you are taking charge, you are taking initiative, you're making a decision, for better or for worse. I feel like it's to do with a process where people just can't agree on the way forward. And for you, it's a case of, you know what, we just need to get moving. Okay, we can always tweak things. Going back to the initial message, right? You could be saying that to someone. We can always tweak things or change things as we go, but we do need to get started. Otherwise, what's the point of this conversation? Okay, so I do see that energy here as well. Someone could be asking you to pick a side, or someone could be asking you to make a decision, but I feel like it's more like picking a side, or, you know, what do you think is best? This option or this option? Who do you think is right? Who do you think should get this? How do you think this should go? I also feel like you may have to intervene to manage a situation and keep it from escalating, and it has to do with people acting recklessly or impulsively or childishly. You might have to be the mature one in the conversation, or the mature one in the room, and really say, okay, enough is enough, right? And just mediate the situation, or temper it, or make sure everybody gets their say, or something along those lines, okay? All right, so let's see the good stuff for Pisces at the time they watch this video. What are the events, developments, happy surprises, things to look forward to, as well as what are the positive energies that you have to work with, the potential that you can tap into to create some good stuff for yourself. For Pisces at the time they find this video, what's the good stuff for Pisces? This is the Gilded Tarot, for those of you who want to know. All right. Here we go. Bottom of the deck, Judgment. Big judgment call, big decision. And I feel like for some of you, this is where this is something you're either going to be asked to make a judgment call, or you're taking charge, you're taking initiative, and you're making a judgment call and going, you know what? Someone needs to decide. No one's deciding. I'm going to decide, right? With this energy. I do see an opportunity presenting itself to you, Pisces, where you're going to have to act quickly. And I just feel like it's up to you. You will know what you want to do in the situation, what the best thing to do is, what the right thing to do is, what you want to do, okay, in the situation. And this is a bit of a heads up to tell you, you already know everything you need to know to make this decision. You have to just trust yourself. Because I see an energy where if you're put on the spot to make a decision, or, you know, see some sort of opportunity, that's kind of, it won't be available for long, right? Instead of you trusting yourself, you already know, trusting yourself, making the decision and just getting going with the process. If you just put it to a vote, if you try to talk to people, get people's advice, get people's input, I feel like it would just end up too many cooks in the kitchen. You'd end up more confused than you were when you started this whole process, and potentially may cost you the opportunity because you took too long to decide, okay? So that's one message here. For those of you, there's definitely, you're receiving a call or email, form of communication, invitation here to something where you have to take charge, you have to seize it, you have to say yes or no on the spot. And a bit of clashing type of energy here where you may have to hold your ground, explain yourself, defend your position. You may take part in some sort of negotiation today. You may take part in some sort of mediation process today. Okay, so let's see, what's the good stuff? We have the Knight of Swords. So again, we have this fast, Knights are change, Knights are action, okay? Can be a bit impulsive. Knight of Swords can be a bit reckless. The Knight of Swords doesn't really care how they get to their destination. For them, it's all about keeping your eye on the prize, and it's all about shoot for the goal. If they step on toes in the process, to them, that's acceptable. That's casualties of war, right? That's collateral damage. And again, I just get this energy with the Knight of Swords, the impulsiveness energy, the assertion and judgment, where it's like, Pisces, you already know, make a decision and just go for it. Make a decision, stand by it, take action, go for it. You can always apologize later. I get this energy of it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. And it can be a context exactly like that is applying here, but if you phrase it slightly differently, it's exactly what we said earlier, where it's like you can always tweak it, you can always change your mind, you can always explain to people why you decided what to do, but go ahead and say seize the opportunity, versus maybe miss out on an opportunity because you're trying to get everybody on board and you're trying to keep everybody informed, or you're trying to get the advice and input of everybody else, right? Okay, there's this energy of swiftness is needed, okay? And it's something that you can handle. You know what to do. You have the knowledge, you have the experience, you have the wisdom, or you will have the gut feeling that you need. And it's really important that you trust it and you just start something, okay? We have the Four of Cups. This can be something coming back around for some of you. So something that you may have missed out on in the past, maybe because you tried to keep everybody involved, or you tried to get everybody's approval, and in the process of doing that you missed out on the opportunity, okay? So something could be given a second chance for you, a second chance to apply for something, a second chance to accept an opportunity, to accept an offer, to accept an invitation, to initiate something. But I just get this energy, this solitary energy. You don't need anybody else to tell you what to do. You don't need anybody else to give you the validation, okay? You already know. It's important to just put your head down and get it done, okay? You can do this by yourself, all right? At least get the ball rolling. You might need other people at some point, but to make this decision, you can do that on your own, okay? So second chance is happening here with the Judgment card and the Four of Cups. There could be an apology if you've had some sort of quarrel recently, some sort of clash, some sort of disagreement with someone recently, and it has to do with being hot-headed. It's someone that you might describe as hot-headed or reckless or impulsive, or they don't care, not very tactful, you know, they don't care what they're saying. Is the kind of person that says, if you pull them up on something that they said, their response to that would be, but it's not wrong. I didn't say anything wrong, right? And you're trying to explain to them, but it's not that you said something wrong. It's just how you say it sometimes, right? If that's the kind of clash that you've had recently, there's an apology coming. Or for those of you, that's the kind of clash you'll be having, okay? You can move past it. There will be an apology. There will be a clearing of the air. But for a little while there, it will be a little touchy. Because you're just on opposite pages. You're just not opposite, you're just on different pages. You're talking about different things in the moment, okay? Because again, this person feels justified in what they're saying because it's accurate, it's correct, it's the truth, it's the facts. Whereas for you, you're trying to explain tone, you're trying to explain nuance, you're trying to explain things like, you know, reading the room. And to this person, that's not going to make sense. Now, this can be cultural differences. Okay, where it's like that's not a thing where I'm from. It can be some sort of miscommunication because of language barriers, right? So it's like this person almost doesn't have the vocabulary that you have and the language that you're speaking enough for them to be tactful. So for them, it's like, this is what I want to say. So this is the only way they know how to say it, okay? So there might be something there as well. You may have to drink more water than usual, or you're starting to drink some sort of new tea with this energy. It's something where you know it works for you. I feel like it doesn't work for other people, and they're trying to convince you that doesn't work. And this is telling you, listen, just base your decision on your own experience. You feel that it works for you. You have the results. For you, it works. That's all you need to know to carry on with this, okay? I do see a situation where you're going to go, let's just agree to disagree with this energy. You may be turning down someone's invitation. I don't know if this is someone from the past. Okay. Or if it's a new person, if it's a new situation, I feel like you may be turning someone down. I don't know if they're coming across a bit rude or a bit too blunt in what they're saying. I feel like you're just going to say no thank you. We have the Three of Pentacles. So this is an energy of community. You have the Three of Pentacles in yesterday's reading as well. So this is coming together with other people towards a common goal. You may be working with other people today, putting your heads together in some sort of group dynamic. For some of you, I feel like your request, if you're trying to book a meeting room that's going to get canceled, and you're not going to be told until you get there and you see that someone else is in that meeting room, where that applies. But for those of you, this has to do with a conversation, a negotiation around promotion, advancement of any kind, a raise, or asking for an increase when it comes to the money or the resources that you're working with. I see an energy here of if you don't ask, you don't get. And a little similar to yesterday's reading, where it's almost like you're more concerned about what other people are going to say more than you are about what is you need in a situation. So for some of you, there is an opportunity here for you to, your opportunity that you're going to have to seize, right, is going to be to have the ear of an important person. So that's your opportunity to tell them what you want, what you need, but it's going to be very much for yourself, okay? For some of you, you may represent a group or a team. You may be able to do that and get perks for the whole team. Or if it's new equipment or new gear or office wear or pens and pads, I don't know. But for others of you, it's something where not everybody gets an audience with this person. Not everybody gets this opportunity, right? So it's almost like don't people, yes, people are going to have an opinion. Yes, people are going to judge you. Yes, people are going to say, Pisces, what did you do to get an audience with that person? And for you, it's like, listen, we just happened to be in the same elevator at the same time. I took my shot. You know, it is what it is. For those of you, there's an opportunity here where you may have been in talks to start some sort of initiative as a group, and there's going to be an opportunity for you to do it by yourself, for you to be singled out. Okay, not everybody gets to come, only you. And this is telling you, listen, seize your opportunity. You're not throwing anybody under the bus. It's not your fault that whoever this is singling you out. You didn't ask them to do that. That's just how things are playing out. Okay, so don't feel bad about it. Seize your opportunity. Page of Wands, this is good news. Okay, this could be a job offer or job confirmation, new job confirmation, promotion confirmation. A conversation about, Pisces, you're going to get a bonus, you're going to get a raise, you're going to get the increase, you're going to get the promotion if it's not the new job. Definitely seeing opportunity for you to grow, opportunity for you to elevate, opportunity for you to travel, and other people are going to have opinions about it. That's not your problem or concern, to be honest, okay? Why Pisces? Well, I don't know. Ask the people making the offers. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask Pisces. I do see you're going to be pulled out of a group. Whether you're moved to a different group or a different team or a different... This could be for a class, right? Or something like that. And for this, it could be where you're winning something, or you're being invited to something where it's like it's just for you, or it's an exclusive thing, or it's an exclusive event. Seize your opportunity, Pisces. Okay? I do see like this could be a new person or someone very sought after, someone very popular, and they're talking to you, they're asking you out, they're flirting with you, or they're talking to you about options and possibilities and offers. Okay? I definitely see good news about some sort of recognition and increase that's coming in for you. Because you beat out the competition, because you won a contest, because you won the application process or the bid process, okay, with this energy here as well. And Six of Pentacles. Here you go. Ask and you shall receive. This is application being approved, whether it's for loan, mortgage, job, to receive funding for something, okay? Whatever applications you've put forward, whatever forms you've submitted, whatever formal requests you've made. And for those of you, this is informal, where if you're asking someone for help, they're there for you right away, no questions asked. You could be getting a loan, or for some of you, this is someone paying you back. Okay? You may have a bit of a quarrel with someone over the fact that they need to pay you back. Okay, you're calling time on something. So you might be saying, listen, you were supposed to pay me back 3 months ago. I've given you plenty of leeway. I've been plenty understanding, but I need that money. It is what it is. You have to pay me back. So there may be a bit of a, tense moment, bit of a clash. You are going to get your money back, but you may have to really push someone and be like, okay, seriously though. If you've been waiting for someone to say something, to have a conversation with you, to address something, and you're giving them time, you're giving them the benefit of the doubt, you're allowing them to do it in their own time, and it's like Four of Cups, okay, well, time is ticking, okay? Time is ticking. It's been 3 weeks, it's been 3 months. Get on with it, right? That's the energy that I'm seeing here. And honestly, that's the advice. It's like you need stuff done. So you're no longer going to be waiting for other people, whether to give you their opinion or to approve of what you're doing or to understand what you're doing, or to contribute in any way. You're like, listen, this is what's going on. You've known what's happening and what's been going on. If you have been stalling, if you haven't been looking at this and I had to carry the work and take initiative and do everything myself, I'm only putting my name on it. I'm not putting your name on it. You've done nothing. There could be that kind of conversation today. You being a bit territorial, But you know what, Pisces? That's the truth. That's the facts. Knight of Swords, you know? Because I do feel like someone could be trying to say they helped you, or they should be included in something, if it's thanks, if it's credit, if it's, you know, whatever. And you're like, you didn't do anything. I'm sorry, but no, I'm not going to do that. This is a solo effort. Okay? Or it was just me and so that worked on this. I'm not putting your name on, no offense. Sorry, you've done nothing. You were invited to do something. You were given the opportunity to do something. You chose not to. I'm not putting your name on it. Because I feel like this is someone that did not want to contribute, did not want to do the work, but now that you're getting the payout or payoff for it, now they want to have a claim on that money or that resource or that recognition. Okay? So you may have to put someone in their place and go, no, you don't get to come. There's something here also about an exclusive access, some sort of exclusive access that is coming to you as recognition, whether it's official, formal, professional recognition of your efforts, or it's like karmic blessing, karmic reward. Okay? And now someone's trying to say they helped. Someone's trying to say they deserve to be with you, to be there with you. They deserve to be included. They deserve to be accepted. This is someone who wants to be famous by association, right? Or this is someone who, if you've been going through a breakup or a divorce, okay, it's almost like they're trying to turn back the time and go, no, I was still married to Pisces when they came into this money, or I was still married to Pisces when they started this project. Matter of fact, I gave them the idea. There's going to be something like that where you're going to have to put your foot down, put someone in their place, and say, no, you have no claim to this. Okay? This is cool, though. I also feel like someone's going to be very determined when it comes to you, to get you to go out with them, to get you to pay attention to them, to get you to work with them. Someone's going to be pursuing you today. Calling you multiple times, messaging and emailing. Okay? Because they have a proposition for you. However that resonates. All right, let's look at your cautions. This is cool. I like this energy. Let's look at the cautions for Pisces. So again, we have a caution here of being, it's like pick your battles is one of the cautions. Pick your battles, because sometimes it's worth having it out with someone. Okay? It's worth saying what you need to say and getting what you need to get, and stepping on toes to get where you need to get to, right? We're not throwing people under the bus, but we're not being overly catering to other people to our detriment, okay? And other times, it might not be worth having the argument. It might not be worth escalating. It might not be worth your time explaining yourself to someone. Sometimes it's just best to do what you got to do and let people have their opinions. Okay, so it's important to know that difference, and you know where the line is. So let's see. Cautions for Pisces at the time they find this. You may have to put your foot down with someone, or hold your ground rather than put your foot down. It feels like a railroading type of situation. This is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. A very dominant personality. I feel like you're going to have to say no to this person. This can be a boss. Okay, and they're going, Pisces, you got to do this and this and this. And you might have to say, listen, you can pick one. I can't do everything. Realistically. Like, you may have to hit them with some hard truths. You may have to hit them with some facts. You might have to say, I'm really sorry, that's not my job. Pisces, where is this? I don't know. That's not on me. It's sitting with them. Go ask them. You know, something along those lines. Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. You had the Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck in yesterday's reading as well, in the caution section. And this is, again, all about maintaining your position, holding your ground. And it's, again, it's an energy of being closed off, being protective of your property, of your idea, not spreading it around to other people, not being too open, okay, with this energy. And it's like, shut up and just do it. Okay, by the time people catch on and by the time they have their opinions, it's already done. It doesn't matter. They can't damage it. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. So we have the Magician. You may be calling someone out today, calling BS on someone, to be honest with you. They're going to get defensive. And not a lot they could do about it because you have the facts. You have the receipts. For those of you where you've been planning to confront someone, this is the caution of make sure you can back up what you're saying, or make sure you can prove what you're saying when you confront this person, because they're going to get very reactive, they're going to get very defensive, they're going to cause a fuss and a stir to deflect from the fact that actually they're guilty of what you're saying. Do you see what I'm saying? But when you then present the facts, they got nothing. So you might be doing that today, okay? For others of you, I feel like you're pushing back, you're challenging someone because they're trying to manipulate you, they're trying to push your buttons. This is someone who's trying to get you angry, to get a reaction out of you, okay? And the best way to handle this person is not to give them what they want. So if they want a reaction, don't give them a reaction. If they want to see you angry, smile in their face. You could be seething on the inside, but smile in their face and go, sure, whatever you say, not a problem. It will drive this person mad. So if that's the situation you're dealing with, there you go, okay? We have the Ten of Pentacles as a caution. Protect your money. Protect your inheritance. Protect your share in something. I see an energy here of being mindful of overspending or overpaying for something, especially with the Magician. Someone could be trying to pressure you or rush you into a purchase. Okay? Slow it down. Slow down, get the facts. Ask for the details. Tell them you need a day or two to run the numbers. Tell them you need a day or two to think about it, okay? If they're okay with it, then that could be a legitimate opportunity, right? Or they could tell you, I can't give you 2 days, but I understand you need to run the numbers. I can give you a day though, right? They're willing to work with you, then that might be legitimate. Still run the numbers and see if it works for you. But if someone is pressuring you and rushing you, there's something iffy there. You shouldn't trust it. If it's not that it's fully fraudulent, they're just trying to steal your money and disappear, it could be that they're trying to get you to overpay for something, right? Give them more money than what you should be giving because you don't have the time to research what the prices are, to research what the average is, or to, do you see what I'm saying? Okay, so just be mindful about that. Protect your property is coming up here very strongly. If it's intellectual property or if it's actual property, okay? There might be something here with, it's not necessarily parasites. It could be parasites of some sort, but rodents or ants for some of you on your property. You're going to have to take action very swiftly because it's something that can escalate very quickly. Like they can take your house over in no time if you let it run, okay? Without actioning it. For some of you, it could be paying money to do with, it's an unforeseen or something not on the budget in terms of bill, invoice. It could be something to do with a pet that you have to pay for. If it's their insurance that you forgot about. If it's, you have to take them to the vet to make sure they're okay. I feel like they're okay, but you're still going to have to pay the vet bill because there's something concerning. If it's not something scheduled that you forgot about in terms of a visit or a checkup, there's some sort of fight. Okay, so your dog's gonna get in a fight with another dog, or your cats are fighting, or your whatever kind of pet you have. Okay, there's something here with aggression, and they may get hurt, or you're worried that they're hurt, and you want to make sure they're okay. And it's gonna cost you, and maybe you haven't budgeted for that money. Okay, there's something there. Like I say, you may have to intervene. I feel like you're going to have to nip something in the bud, especially with children, whether it's you stepping in and make sure your child isn't being bullied, or dealing with the bully then and there. This could be for adults as well. Or some sort of bad behavior. And it has to do with being snappy, with talking back, with being aggressive. temper tantrums, and again, that could be children, it could also be adults, okay, where you have to nip it in the bud. And then we have the Fool with impulsiveness here. For some of you, I'm telling you, you're making a decision to go for something, to start something, to do something. And people have opinions about it. If you give them the opportunity to have an opinion about it, they will have an opinion. And this is where people are going to actively try to talk you out of something that you know for a fact. You've done your research. This is how you strongly feel about it. This is a chance you want to take. This is a risk you're willing to take. And it's up to you. Okay? It doesn't involve anybody else. It's not going to impact anybody else. But this is a situation where people are telling you how to spend your money, or people are telling you how they think you should spend your resource, or who you think you should talk to, or they think you shouldn't be talking to. And you may have to, either this is showing up as a caution to tell you, just don't talk about it. It's like, shut up and do it. Okay, type of message. Tell people later. You can tell people later, okay? Again, if it's something that you've done your research on, you've studied, you've researched, you've got the facts, you've run the numbers, and you have that strong feeling about it, that this is what you want to do, then just go ahead and do it, okay? Don't talk about it, because I feel like people are not going to understand. They're not going to see where you're coming from. They're not going to understand what you're going for. To them, it will look reckless. To them, it will look impulsive. And so it's not like they're trying to tear you down. For them, they think they're trying to protect you, okay? But that's just going to lead to a lot of back and forth and quarrels and explanations where it may cost you a window of opportunity. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's always best to, again, you covered your bases, you're being practical about this, but you also have a really strong feeling about it as well as confirmation. It's best to just trust yourself. You have the Magician, you have the Fool, you have the Judgment, you have the solitary energy here, the independent energy here, where it's telling you, trust yourself. Trust your view, your opinion, your experience on this. Enough to get going, okay? Before you tell anybody else, okay? And for others of you, this is where you've already started something, you're making progress, but I feel like people are going to be a little jealous about it, or they're going to be challenging you, or they're going to be very negative about what you're doing. And this is where you just have to put up a boundary with these people and continue to work from this energy of, I know what I'm doing, I'm working with the universe, I'm manifesting, I'm co-creating, I'm being practical, I'm being realistic, I've run the numbers, I've gotten professional advice, okay, I value the professional advice more than your advice, neighbor Nancy or whoever, right? And just get on with it. Go back in your bubble, because what you're doing is working. You are seeing results. There's going to be a lot more where that's coming from, okay? And like I say, don't be gullible here, because there's something where someone's trying to get you to pay more for something than what you should be paying. And you'll know because they'll try to rush you. Why? Because that way you don't have time to do your research, okay? All right, so that's what we have for today, Pisces. I hope this resonates, and I hope this helps you have a wonderful day. I'm looking forward to your thoughts and your feedback as always. Thank you, everybody who always comments and gives me your feedback and shares stories with me and on how these energies are playing out for you. I really appreciate it, and it helps me grow as a reader as well, and it helps us stay connected, so that's beautiful. Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you if you have. Members, thank you so much for your support. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.